Yo, what's good, guys? KosherTech here. So today we got some more Chinese RGB fans to review. Let's just drop right into it, yo. Actually, hold up. Before I get into it, this shit you can copy here on Amazon. This is some like extra budget. This is like if you're out there, if you're a youngin, you know what I'm saying? Like between, I don't know, when you were youngin, like 13 to like 15 or 13 or like 12 to like 16. Yo, for you youngins, this one is for you, man. Right here, these are the Vetroo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Vetroo, whatever the heck it is. Vetroo. It said these are come in white. So you could cop a 3-pack for 26 bucks. 3-pack for 26 bucks. The presentation box, and that's all you get. So I copped 6 fans. Right? So what's that? Like $52 that I basically spent for 6 fans. Like I said, this is extra budget on your, extra budget, however you want to call it, but this is for all you extra budget cats. I saw this on Amazon, as mostly always I do with my Chinese RGB fans. Pretty good reviews, solid white color, ice blade case fan. We got 9-blade design. This is a ARGB fan, so this supports your 3-pin ARGB 5-volt header, as it says here, ARGB. They're all the same. They're all the same thing, so I'm just gonna put the rest of them here. Let's just run with one box. Yeah, presentation, it is what it is here. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the socials, and they got a YouTube channel, www.vetroo.com. Specifications basically in the back. These are 120 millimeter fans. Weight is 150 grams. Fan speed is 1300 RPM. Okay, so these are not PWM, plus or minus 1300 RPM. Not too bad. I wish they would have just been at 15. It would have been the sweet spot. Airflow is at 48.1 CFM. Bearing, hydro bearing. Rated current of 0. Blah blah blah. Rated voltage DC 12 volts. Okay, so ARGB, as I said, unfortunately uses a Molex, but look, $25. I guess for a 3-pack, it's not bad. It was like $8, $8 and some change. $8 and some change for these fans. These are the VT-fan-IB 120 millimeters, made of course in China. Just basically had guys with a box, but anyways, you cats wanted this, so I'm doing this. Let's go. All right, not bad. Oh man, they feel hella cheap. They feel like that nice, good Chinese, but not bad. Let me see. They got that little bit bent. It's all right. They're not too bad. They got rubber padding over here. They got a white LED. I think the fan LED actually lights up and whatnot. Let's put that right here. Let's see if I can get that nice. Let's put this in here. We're gonna talk about everything in a sec. Let's grab it like that. Let's go. All right, this right here. This is it right here. You got the, was it 9-blade design I just said? All right, this is some extra budget, but hey, this is not bad. I mean, if you want to build that budget, if you don't want to spend so much money on these fans, because tell you the truth, guys, some of these prices on these fans are just like honestly through the roof, man. I review these Chinese RGB fans, copped them. I got a whole playlist, man. Just rock with them because it's gonna save you cats a lot of money, man. Because sometimes this thing is way too expensive. Basically, this is the front. So I said 9-blade design. Let's go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rubber paddings, very simple. Connections we got over here. Essentially, we got Molex. We have a fan header. And we got ARGB male and female. So essentially, this is what you could do for these fans. Now, if you're going to decide on buying these fans, make sure you get a fan splitter, because in this case, you would actually, I would see here, you would actually do need to split these fans. The ARGB essentially could be connected. You could daisy chain them. So for instance, let me take out a different fan, right? And then, all right, so basically, just for this example, and of course it comes with screws and whatnot. So for this example, what you're going to want to do is, damn, the Molex is just, whatever. So let's say, all right, so I got 2 fans here, right? So we're gonna power them up, right? Of course, make sure you cats have a Molex connector coming from your power supply. If you guys don't know what that is, just quickly Google a Molex connector. You cop it. If you have a pre-build, they should come with wires and whatnot. You cats should have a Molex. But essentially, what you want to do is you want to plug in all these Molex connectors, right? I love you guys, so I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this for you cats, because I know you guys are gonna ask me a million times. You youngins be rolling up. Yo, swing by the Discord server if you cats got questions. We got a whole Chinese RGB community there. And, we're going to take these connectors, right? All these Molex connectors. So you see it has here male, right? And then here it's male. So male goes into female. All right, so you're gonna plug them in, so they're all connected, right? And of course, just keep on pulling them all in. Just make sure female goes into here. If you're gonna plug it on this side, make sure male goes in there. Pretty self-explanatory, guys. I don't know, when you're 13 years old, do you take algebra and whatnot? I don't think so. So never mind, Joe. Anyways, calm down, Kosher. Anyways, then what you're gonna want to do is these fan headers. The only problem is you can't daisy chain them. Not from what I see over here. What you could do essentially is just use a fan splitter. That's the only thing. You probably most likely the best way to doing this for a fan splitter, and then just connect. I don't know, just plug in one fan splitter into your MOBA into a fan header, and then just because they're not PWM, so it doesn't matter which fan header you plug into. Or you could plug it into a 3-pin header. It doesn't have to be a 4-pin header. And just connect all these fans into the fan header, and then they're gonna, they're not gonna switch speeds because they're gonna be in the constant of 1300 RPM. So you guys don't even have to worry about that. Plug them in, and you'll have them spinning. Now for ARGB, right? So I have 3 fans here for this demonstration, right? So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna daisy chain them, right? So what does that mean? Is you see this male coming out over here, right? So you see the 3-pin over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect this here, right? We're gonna connect. Oh man, Kosher, what are you doing? I can't see a damn thing. All right, so we're gonna connect this over here. Then on this side, where is it? Where's the other fan? Then on this side, right, we're gonna connect this end over here, right? And then so on and so forth. And then on this side, you're gonna take this fan out, right? And then you're gonna connect this fan, right, into, all right, since we're in this subject, we're gonna connect it into power. So for instance, like you see, I plug, so now here's like, I could do it this way, or I could just plug it in here for, just for whatever. I'll just plug it in here. And then what you guys want to do is you see this female here, right? You're going to plug in this male, all right? So we're daisy chaining all of them. It's going to be a wire management hassle, like insanity. So essentially they're all connected. Now the only problem is, these fans don't come with no hub, with no anything. Basically, you would need a fan splitter, like I said, like for the 3rd time. And then you're going to have all these fan headers, and unfortunately, they don't have, what they could have done, easier ways, they could have, you see how they gave us additional here, they could have daisy chained these. What they could have done is basically the same thing. We could have daisy chained these fans, but unfortunately you can't, because as you guys can see, they're all female. There's no male sticking out. So that's only a hassle. When you do decide on buying these fans, guys, make sure you have a fan splitter, and essentially you could connect them. But that's basically it. Let me quickly connect everything into the test bench, and let's see if they're worth it, yo. Let's go. Actually, guys, hold up. I think Kosher made a mistake. Yo, this happens when you take it out the box when you don't test anything. I effed up. I honestly think that you actually don't need to connect them into the fan header, because this Molex should give out power for the fan itself, for the power of the fan, and power the ARGB functionality as well. Because we're gonna daisy chain all of them, and then we're gonna take this end, or whichever end you're gonna take whichever female end, and then you're gonna plug it into the ARGB header, the male header that's sticking out, and then all of these are gonna be synchronized via ARGB. But I don't think you need to plug it in, my bad, to the fan header, because the Molex itself will give it power for it to spin. And like I said, they're not PWM, so that wouldn't honestly matter. They're gonna be constant at, what was it, 1300 RPM. So my fault, quick clarification. Like I said, I'm just doing this quickly. But yeah, I mean, fan itself, it is what it is. This is what, $8 a fan gets you. But hey, let's rock with it now, Joe. My fault. Let's go. Don't you cats even start telling Kosher that his wire management is terrible. I totally know that. I totally see that. But as you guys can see, everything is connected via the Molex connector, which I said. Now what you could also do, if you don't want to use the Molex connector, you could get a splitter and just basically the fan header. You could plug them into the fan header, and it's basically going to power the fan, and the fan is going to be spinning, so you don't have to use the Molex. But I don't get that. That's a little weird. But I mean, the wire management, I just threw it down here. We're just testing the fans. I'm not going to go into the whole detail. I mean, you make it organized with all these wires. You guys know it's going to be a heck of a mess. You need some time doing that. ARGB, same thing. Daisy chain basically everything, which I did here, and then plug it into your 503-pin ARGB connector. In this case, this motherboard does not have it, so I'm using the deep cool converter. But with this converter, the signal is not going to be ARGB. It's going to be RGB. So just showing you guys essentially what I did everything here. I mean, it is what it is. It looks how it's supposed to look. It's absolutely a mess. If you guys are interested in these fans, I would say they're not too bad. We're going to go into that in a second. But yeah, you're going to have to deal with all of this. So just keep that in mind, guys. Also, one thing, they do not come with preset colors, RGB colors. So you would need to use an ARGB. You would need to connect them to your motherboard via ARGB. If you're not going to connect them via ARGB, the LED lights will not light up. So again, very important. Make sure you connect them to an ARGB header for you to have, or you could get one of these deep cool converters, which I've reviewed, and you could just use that. Now, if you don't have an ARGB converter, if you get these fans, what's going to happen is the fan is going to spin, but there's not going to be no light. So yeah, make sure your Mobo has a 3-pin ARGB converter, or you could just, if you have a deep cool converter or one of these Chinese converters, you could just cop that. I'll have a link in the description below the video, and you guys could look at that. But anyways, let's go. So the Ghetto paper towel test is, of course, in its full display. So as you can see, it's pushing good amount of air for 1300 RPM. Now, in a second, I want you guys to hear basically how it sounds. But remember, these are not PWM. They only have one speed, which is 1300. And let's just hear how it sounds now. Not too bad. I would say it's really manageable for this speed, especially for the price. You can definitely tolerate it. It's not too loud. There's a bit of rattle, but it's really not that noticeable. But overall, not bad for the price. Definitely not bad for the RPM and for the speed that these fans are dishing out, guys. All right, so obviously I can't run through the colors manually because they don't have any dedicated, integrated RGB colors. You know, they don't have a remote, they don't have a hub. So I just left it here as a color shift mode and basically have them running as RGB because I am using an ARGB to RGB converter over here. So I'm just giving you guys basically with that deep cool converter. So I'm just giving you guys essentially, look, the LED, again, there's no brightness in the LEDs and whatnot. And essentially you can't turn them off like I said to you guys earlier. But overall, it's not bad at all. You know, decent for the price, $25. Look, I mean, you know, what more can I critique? They spin, they blow a good amount of air, they got decent amount of RGB colors. Different motherboard manufacturers you're going to use, different motherboard softwares you're going to use are going to give you different ARGB features, guys. You know, that's why I really didn't go into too much in the RGB because this is an Asus board, so you know, and plus I don't have an ARGB on that motherboard. But overall, what do I think of these fans? I think you should grab them, man, for 25 bucks. Just keep in mind, you know, if you're in a really budget, like these are some legit budget fans which I reviewed, but if you're really looking for some budget fans, if your ass is on a budget, basically, you know, probably you consider these. Just keep in mind there's a lot of cable clutter, so you would have to spend some time putting them and, you know, organizing everything. But overall, pretty decent fans. And make sure, very important, that your motherboard does have an ARGB port, or you have one of these converters, which I have. That's the only way the RGB colors would actually light up on the fans, because if you plug them via Molex or via fan header, the fans are just going to spin, but there's not going to be no light coming out, so there's not going to be no RGB. They're not going to light up, essentially. So make sure you guys, you know, really keep that in mind. That's very important. But overall, decent fans, 25 bucks. It's a pretty decent grab, guys. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you guys rocking these fans. Let me know if you guys are going to cop these fans. You know, I'll have the link in the description below. But this is some real budget stuff which I've reviewed, guys. But if you are interested in something like this, I have an entire Chinese RGB playlist for different fans, guys. Definitely check out that playlist. There's plenty of fans, definitely plenty of these Chinese RGB fans in a different price point, so you could find whichever price you guys would like. And if you have any other questions, swing by to our Discord server. I'll have that link in the description below, guys. But anyways, leave a comment, leave a like, share, sub, all that good thing. Guys, I'm KosherTech. I'm going to catch you cats next time. Deuces.